I have a feeling YouTube's going to get mad at me already just for showing the thumbnail of the woman in this story. In the story from the New York Post titled, "I have M-cup breasts. Americans treat me like a piece of meat." I'm not going to bury the lead here. This lady got fake boobs that are massive, and now she is mad that people don't treat her like a normal person or whatever. I'll say right away, look, I don't care if you want to get big old fake titties or whatever. I'm not going to be mean to you because of how you look. If you're anorexic, if you're overweight, I will do this. If you're anorexic, I will encourage you to eat. I will say, hey man, far be it from me to tell you how to live your life, but I think you should have some food. If you're overweight, I'll say the same thing. Like, maybe you don't care. That's fine. I think you should cut the sugars. And if you're a woman who feels like your dream body, as she describes it, is gigantic fake boobs, I will say to you, ma'am, with all due respect, she's a very attractive lady already. You don't need to have these big, massive fake boobs. But here's the difference. In this story, it is body dysmorphia. It is a woman who thinks her body should be massive bazungas. And it's going to cause her problems. Many women get breast reductions. It's causing her social problems. It's crazy to me that she chooses to live this way and then gets mad that people treat her a certain way based on, what she did. It's like, I want to have a body and you have to live in my world. My attitude is kind of like, nah, man, people are going to treat you a lot of ways. The thing with this is you made a choice to do this. Now we get into the whole transhumanist thing, transgender or otherwise. People are choosing to not eat to eat. People are choosing to get surgeries. I view this very similarly to any other kind of body modification surgery for body dysmorphia. This woman did not feel right without gigantic fake boobs for some reason, got it, and now people are treating her different and she's mad about it. Well, look, people can treat you how they feel like they should treat you. I think people should be nicer, but you can't control the world. Everybody's different. New York Post says the big-breasted influencer doesn't have a whole lot of support. Ha, ha, ha. Excellent, New York Post. A model with size M-cup boobs is opening up how people treat her differently all around the world, calling out Americans in particular. Jasmine Day claims people stare at her and harass her over her large breasts. I mean, look what you're wearing. It is not normal, like the way she looks. The 29-year-old from Wales told news.com.au that people in the U.S. very openly react to her appearance and are very forward about it. They will laugh and point and stop and stare. They won't make an effort to hide what they are doing. The model said the only time people in the States aren't so upfront is when they're trying to sneak a picture. Interesting. She says people in the UK are just as judgmental. Look, I'm not trying to be mean to this lady, really, but her boobs don't look real. It looks like she took two big plastic, balls and duct taped them to her chest. Again, I'm not trying to be mean, but this doesn't look real. It looks fake. I mean, look at this. They say the one place Day feels she can go without judgment is Australia. Day, who used to live in Melbourne, traveled back there for the holidays and was shocked by how she was treated. People just treated me like everybody else. They maintained eye contact. They don't stare or point, she shared. It was really refreshing. Why do you need this? She first began her body transformation journey in 2017, losing about 70.5 pounds and gaining muscle through diet and exercise. The influencer has gained popularity, blah, blah, blah. Day loves her new dream body, even though she's aware people think it looks ridiculous. I get it. How I look won't be everyone's taste, and that's okay, she admitted. You have to live your life for you, and you can't control what others say. Hey, yes, okay, I agree. If they have a problem with how you look, that's on them. If you want to achieve a certain look for yourself, then I say go for it. You can't live your life for other people. You know what? She's completely right about that. 100%. She chose to live for herself. She recognizes people treat her like crap, but she says, well, you don't live for them, do you? Hey, man, you know what? I respect that message. I think they look gigantic and fake. I don't know why she thinks she needs that. I think what she needs is psychological therapy and help and not surgery. Again, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying quite literally she needs to sit down with a medical professional who can talk to her about what's making her feel like she needs surgery to have large fake breasts. I understand women get big fake titties. Okay. But this is something different. This is size M. These are abnormally large. Personally, I think fake breasts in general, just bad. Just absolutely not a fan. Not a fan of makeup either. I don't like any of this stuff. I think women should be themselves, but women are trying to attract mates. So it makes you think about a few things. Lipstick, rouge, perfume. You know, the idea with lipstick is to make the lips brighter red to simulate fertility. When women are fertile, again, this is like a science, their lips become flush and more attractive. Thus, women started putting on lipstick to simulate it to be more attractive. Then there's also perfume. Perfume I never quite understood. You know, smelling like flowers makes you more attractive to guys. Maybe it was to mask body odor or something that was considered unattractive. But I don't know. Most people stank. Or I don't know if they actually did. I just didn't shower all that much. I don't know. The point is, people do things. Women do things to be more attractive. For this woman, she has opted for size M breasts. That's the world we're living in. Take a look at this. Andrew at Don't Walk Run posted this video. He says, this girl is delusional and thinks she can pull a man who makes 7 figures. Reality, she'll be a single mom the next 3 years with 2 kids from 2 different fathers. Take a look at this. Let me play this clip for you.
How much do you expect your guy to make a year?
At least 7 figures. 7 figures at least.
Do you know how difficult it is to make 7 figures?
Absolutely I do.
Obviously we deserve it. 7 figures.
7 figures, both of you.
Yes, we deserve it. What?
I think she's kind of joking.
Expect your
But the
guy.
point is, this lady on the left, she's a bigger woman. If you look at her face, like her face is actually pretty nice. She takes care of herself, but she got a big old belly. And I think that's the point that Andrew is trying to make. She's delusional. She thinks she's going to get somewhere 7 figures. I wouldn't necessarily agree. But I'm not here to rag on the lady for being chunky or anything like that. I weighed a bit more over a year ago, like a year and a few months ago. Started losing weight, take care of myself. I think she should too. I think she'd be better off. But whether or not a guy wants to give a woman money has nothing to do with this. I mean, it has a lot to do with it. But some guys like that. Some dude who's rich is going to look at her and be like, oh yeah. And that's the thing. Like, this is my point about the woman with the big fake tits. As much as we might want to be like, this lady's not attractive enough to get someone worth 7 figures, that's just not true. Now, there are more attractive, more successful women that'll probably do a better job at attracting a guy who makes 7 figures for sure. But like, this is what I said. Jordan Peterson tweeted a long time ago about that, fat woman on the cover of a magazine or whatever. And he was like, we'll never accept this or something like that. And I'm like, look, man, some people like fat chicks. Let them have their day. Personally, I get it. People should be fit. They should exercise. They should cut the sugars, cut the garbage food. And I guess seed oils is a big thing right now. But I'm telling you, that lady with the big fake boobs, she didn't need them. I wonder what she needed them for. What is the psychological drive that makes her say she wants to have these gigantic fake boobs? And I'll tell you this. I'll say this. It's a weird world we live in, where you have women who complain about being catcalled and then women who beg to look in such a way that they will be. Then you have women who make themselves look as attractive as possible and then get mad when men call them out. You got a lady. She gets catcalled. She dresses up even more, gets catcalled more. Like, yeah, you got to understand, maybe put on a frumpy hoodie and walk awkwardly if you don't want guys hitting on you. Women should be free to walk around without men, bothering them all the time. But this is life. Men want to attract women. Women want to attract men. Men are the ones who initiate. Women aren't. A lot of guys would be happy if the woman initiated and came up to them and hit on them, but they don't. So here's my point. We live in this strange society where you have a woman who desperately wants big fake boobs, but for what reason? And then complains about how people treat her badly because of her big fake boobs. Admittedly, I can respect her position in the end where she's like, you don't live for these people, so I'm going to ignore it. Yeah, fair point. Fair point. But how can we have this society where women are trying as hard as possible to be sexually attractive, but then being mad about it? You could do the opposite. This is what they say, because I know the answer. They say they want to feel confident and feel good. But what's the correlation between being sexually attractive and being confident? Is it because you want men to actually look at you and give you attention? Do you want women to look at you and give you attention? Can't you feel confident wearing a suit? Men will hit on you less. I'm just saying, this lady's right. You need to live for yourself. And that means if you want to dress a certain way and act a certain way, guys are going to be hitting on you and they're going to be bothering you. It's just reality. You can't change the world. Well, you can change the world, but you can't force people to stop being people. Guy comes up to you and hitting on you, you can just be like, hey, I appreciate it. No, thank you. Carry a gun if you're worried about violence. But I don't want to have to carry a gun. Yeah, well, bears exist too, man. Like we're not gonna change the fundamental nature of reality because you're having issues. We all do. Look, lady, you were born with big boobs. You're like size D. You didn't need to make them size M. But you know what? Hey, you do your thing, man. You do your thing. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.